I am going to start a new chapter, that is logic gates. In previous chapter we studied what are the basic gates and what is a gate, right? So we know that what is gate, right? So gate, it is a simple electronic circuit, right? So it uses an electronics and electric power, and we are designing a new circuit, right? So this gate is an electronic circuit, right? It accepts a one or more, means two or more signals, input signals. So it will accept input signals and produce a single output signal. That we call it as a gate, right? So gate is a simple electronic circuit which accepts the inputs, means it may be a two input or more than two inputs, but it produces only a single output signal. That we call it as gate. So in the previous chapter we studied basic gates and logic gates, both are same, right? We studied basic gates. So what is this gates? Okay, so these gates we call it as a digital circuits. So these gates we call it as a digital circuit. So why we call this as a digital circuit means, because here we are using a input and output in the form of low voltage and high voltage. Right. So this gates we call it as a digital circuit because all the inputs and outputs in the form of low voltage or high voltage. So we know that low voltage is represented in the form of 0 and high voltage is represented in the form of 1, right? So that's why we call it these gates as a digital circuits. Okay, so in all the circuits we are using, we have a supply, that is voltage, right? So either it may be a high voltage or low voltage, right? So that gates we are applying to design a circuit. So that's why we call these gates as a digital circuits. Okay, so we have two types of gates. One is basic gates and another one is derived gates. Okay, so in previous chapter we studied basic gates, right? So we have three basic gates. One is NOT and then OR. So these are the three basic gates. So basic gates are the gates which are used to design, right? So with the help of these basic gates we have a derived gates. Okay, so basic gates are NOT and then OR, right? So we have a derived gates. We have four derived gates, that is NOR, NAND, XOR and XNOR. Okay, so these are the four derived gates. Okay, so we will study one by one. So we know that basic gates, right? So how the NOT gate will be work, right? So NOT gate. So what is this NOT gate? So the another name for NOT gate is, that is inverter, right? Inverter. We call it as inverters. Means whatever the input you provided to the circuit, that will be complement of it, right? So the input may be, if the input is X, the output is X bar. That is NOT gate, right? So how to represent NOT gate? We know the logical symbol, right? This is a symbol we are using for NOT gate, right? So if I am providing x value as 0, that is x bar 1. If I provide x value 1, the output is 0. So this is a truth table, right? So like this the NOT gate works. We studied in previous chapter also, right? So next we have AND. AND gate. So how this AND gate works? So we know that AND gate we are using the symbol into means dot, right? So this represents logical multiplication, right? So if I am providing the input, if the both inputs are true means high or 1, both inputs are 1, then the result or the output also be 1, otherwise it is 0, right? So how to represent this AND gate? So we are using two inputs for AND gate. The symbol is like this, right? So if you are providing x and y as a two input, so this is the x into y, right? So like this we are representing the AND gate, right? So if I am providing the values, we know that how to write the truth table, right? So if I am providing x and y as a two input variables, so the output is x into y, right? So if what I said, so AND gate, how it will works means, so the AND gate works, it will produce an output 1 only when the input will be 1, okay? So when both the inputs are 1, then only the output will be 1, otherwise it is 0. So if it is both are 0, the output will be 0. So when both the inputs are 1, then the output will be 1, otherwise 0. So this is AND gate. So next we have OR gate. So the symbol used is plus, right? So when the OR gate produces the output 1 means, so when the both inputs are 0, when both inputs are 0, the output will be 0, otherwise the output is 1, okay? So how to represent logical symbol for this? So we are providing a 2 input and then this is the symbol, right? So we are providing 2 inputs, that is x and y. This is the OR symbol, right? So the output is x plus y. Like this we are representing. So how to write the truth table for this? So we know that. So how this OR gate works? When both the inputs are 0, the output will be 0. Otherwise, the output will be 1. So when both the inputs are 0, output is 0. Otherwise, means if there is any input other than both the values are 0, remaining will be 1. So like this we are representing, right? So these are the basic gates. So this is a logical symbol and this is the truth table, how we are representing it, right? So we studied this in a last class in detail, right? In previous chapter. So now in this class we will study the derived gates, okay? So to know the derived gates, you have to know the basic gates, okay? So we know these things, right? So we will go for derived gates. So derived gates, here we have 4 derived gates, okay? So one is NOR, first one is NOR gate. So what is this NOR gate means? So it is a combination of NOT and OR, okay? So that is NOR gate. Okay. So what is this NOR gate means? So NOR gate will accept or it has a two or more inputs. Okay. Two or more input signal and produces only a single output signal. That we call it as NOR gate. Okay. So NOR gate has a two or more input signal but only a single output signal. So how it will works means, so this is a complement of OR gate. Okay, so we know that OR gate, right? So how the OR gate works? We know that only both inputs are zero, then the output is 0. Remaining will be 1, right? So this is how the OR gate works. So this NOR gate is complement of the OR gate. Complement means reverse, right? So this NOR gate produces the output 1 when both the inputs are 0. Okay. So when both the inputs are 0, then the output will be 1, otherwise 0. Okay. This NOR gate is complement of OR gate. So when the output is 1, only when two inputs are 0. Okay. Otherwise the output is 0. Okay. Otherwise means the input may be any of the values, either 0 or 1. So like this the NOR gate works. So what is the symbol used for NOT gate means? So we are using like this, right, for OR gate. So how to represent OR gate? X plus Y. So this NOR gate is a complement of OR. So I am writing complement, means the complement is represented with the bar, right? So like this we are representing the NOR. So what is the logical symbol used to represent the NOR gate? So we know that the complement of OR, right? How to represent OR gate? So if suppose this symbol is used for OR gate, right? So we know that this is OR gate. So I told NOR gate is a complement of OR. Complement means we have to reverse. So to complement we are using NOT gate, right? So that we say that NOT plus NOT, right? So now I am complementing the result of OR gate. So this is the result of OR, right? So this will be complementing, means I am adding the NOR gate to OR gate, right? So this result we call it as X plus Y whole bar. Okay. So in general how we are representing the NOR gate means, so this is X and this is Y. Two inputs we are providing, right? So this is a OR gate. So for this OR gate, if I use a bubble at the front, okay, so this represents the X plus Y whole bar. So this is the logic symbol used to represent NOR gate. Okay, so by combining these two, I am representing this as a NOR gate. Okay, so suppose if I remove this bubble, it will works as a OR gate. So if I wrote as circle at the front of that OR gate, so that represents it is a complement of the result. So for if I am performing OR operation, the result will be complemented and then gives the result. Okay, so we know that it is a complement of OR. Suppose, so if I am writing So what is the complement of x plus y whole bar? Okay, so whole bar means it is a complement of the result. So if it is 0, the complement of 0 is 1. Complement of 1 is 0, right? Right? So this is a truth table for NOR gate. So how to represent the truth table for NOR gate means, so if I am providing x and y are the two inputs, so the NOR gate x plus y whole bar is, we know that how the NOR gate works. So the NOR gate produces the output 1 when the both inputs are 0, right? So when both the inputs are 0, the output will be 1, remaining is 0. Like this, we are representing the truth table for the two input variables, right? So this is also two input variables. Suppose I have to provide a three input variable. How to write that three input variable gate? So just I have to provide the three input x, y, z. So this is a OR gate. So for this I am writing a bubble. So this represents x plus y plus z whole bar. So this is NOR gate, three input NOR gate. How to write the truth table for this three input NOR gate? We will know, okay? So we know that how to write three inputs, right? To write the truth table for the three input variables, we need 8 possibles, right? So means 2 power 3. So if I am writing x, y and z. So these are the three inputs we are taking. So it is that x plus y plus z whole bar, right? So we will get that result. So we know that what are the possible So these are the possible inputs we can provide for a three input variables, right? So I told that if all the inputs are 0, then the output will be 1, otherwise it is 0. So here all the inputs are 0, the output will be 1. Here one input will be 1, right? So this becomes 0. Here 0. So when the output becomes 1 for the NOR gate, if the all inputs are 0, then the output will be 1, otherwise it is 0. So this is a truth table for three input variables. Okay, so like that we can provide four input variables: w, x, y, z. Like this. So w plus x plus y plus z whole bar. Like this we will get the, we can write a n number of inputs for a single gate. Okay, we can provide 2 inputs, 3 inputs, 4 inputs or 1 input also. So how to write one input means we are providing only the x as an input. So this x will be given again, okay, so that it becomes like this. If we are providing a single input, so single input NOR gate, okay. So if you are providing x, so it becomes x bar. So this is about NOR gate. So we know what is NOR gate, how the NOR gate works, and we have a different inputs to provide that NOR gate, right? So we studied those things. So in this NOR gate, only all the inputs are 0 then the output will be 1. Okay. Otherwise, the output will be 0. So it may be a input may be either 0 or 1. The output will be 0. Okay. So when all the inputs are 0, then only the output will be 1. So how to represent this? So generally we are using two inputs. One is x, another one is y. So this is the symbol used, right? So and then the truth table is on bar. So if all the inputs are 0, the output will be 1. Remaining is 0. Okay. So next we have NAND. Next derived gate is NAND. So what is this NAND means? So it is a NOT and NAND gate. So we know that AND gate, right? So how the AND gate works? So when both the inputs are, means all the inputs are 1, then the output will be 1, right? So we know that is 0 0. When all the inputs are 0, then the output will be 0. So here this NAND gate is a complement of AND. Is a complement of AND gate. So how this works means, so when the all inputs are 1, okay, so when all the inputs are 1, the output will be 1. Otherwise, the output will be 0. Okay. So how the NAND gate works? So NAND gate produces the output as 1 if all the outputs are 1. Otherwise, the output is 0. Okay. So how this NAND gate works? So what is the symbol used means same as that. So x into y whole bar, that represents the NAND. Okay. So what is the logic symbol used for NAND gate? So we know that how to write AND gate, right? So this is the symbol used for AND gate, right? So this produces a result AND. So we know that the NAND gate is a combination of NOT and AND gate, right? So I wrote AND gate. So it is a complement of AND gate. So complement means I am writing NOT operator here. So now this becomes x into y whole bar. Okay. So I am providing both the result of the AND gate that will be complemented, that gives the NAND gate. So how to combine these two means, so we know that if I add a bubble for any gate, it becomes a complement, right? So x and y are the two inputs. So if I wrote a bubble here, so this produces the output x into y whole bar. So this is the NAND gate. Okay. So this is a symbol used for a NAND gate. So what is a truth table for a NAND gate? So we know that when all the inputs are 1, then only the output will be 1. So here I am taking a two variables, that is x, 1 y. So x into y whole bar. Right. So if this is a combination, we know how to write the truth table, right? So if all the inputs are 0, if all the inputs are 1, then the output will be 1 for the AND gate, right? So if we go for NAND gate, it is a complement of NAND gate. So if all the inputs are 1, the output will be 0. Otherwise, the output will be 1 for NAND gate. Okay. So if the inputs are 1, the output will be 0. Otherwise, the output will be 1. It is a complement of AND gate, right? So the NAND gate works when all the inputs are 1, the output will be 0. Otherwise, the output will be 1. Okay. So this is a truth table for 2 inputs. So how to write a NAND gate for the 3 inputs? So same as that. So if I am providing 3 inputs X, Y, Z, write the AND gate and write a bubble and then the result. So this is the NAND gate for a 3 input variable. Okay. So how to write the truth table for a 3 input variable? So we know that the combinations, right? 3 combinations, that is X, Y, Z, X into Y into Z whole bar. So we know the combinations of 3 variables, right? So these are the combinations we have for a 3 input variables. So I told NAND gate, if all the inputs are 1, then the output will be 0. So here we have all the inputs are 1. So the output is 0. Otherwise the output is 1. So for remaining we have the output as 1. So why these are 1 means here there is no, all the inputs are 1, no. So the input of X is 0 and remaining is 1. So it is 1. So when all the inputs are 1, then only the output will be 0. Otherwise the output is 1. So like this we can write a NAND gate, 3 input NAND gate and the truth table. Okay. So next we have, these are the derived gates. We studied 2 derived gates. We have another 2 derived gates. So the next one is XOR gate. So this we call it as exclusive OR. So this XOR gate we call it as exclusive OR gate. Okay. So XOR gate we call it as exclusive OR gate. So this exclusive OR gate will accept the 2 or more inputs and produces only a single output. So it is a different form of OR, not a complement, or it will work as a OR. Okay, it will not work as a OR. So it is different form of OR gate. Okay. So how this will works means, if the input will be even number. If the input will be even number of ones. Even number of ones. Then the output is 0. Okay. Means suppose if I am taking a 2 input for this. So this is a 4 base, right? So if the input is even number of ones, even number means we know even number. Okay. So is there any ones here? There is no one, means 0 is also even number, right? So the output will be 0. If the input is odd number of ones, then the output is 1. So here we have a 1, right, and 0. How many ones we have? Either we have even number of ones or odd number of ones. We have odd number of ones, means only one is there, right? So the output is 1. Here also we have only 1. The output is 1. Here we have 2 ones. 2 is an odd number or even number? Even number, right? So if the input is even number of ones, the output is 0. If the input is odd number of ones, the output is 1. Okay, so the symbol used for operation, symbol used for NOR gate is this one. This is a symbol or operator used for XOR gate. So we are using for AND gate, we are using int dot, right, x dot y, right. So OR gate we are using plus symbol. Like that, for XOR gate we are using this operator. Okay, so this represent x or y. Okay, so this is equivalent to x bar y plus x y bar. Means we are accepting the inputs. One is complement of that variable and another variable is performing OR operation with the normal variable and then complement of that variable. Okay, so I will write how to represent the logic symbol for this. Okay, so we have exclusive OR. So we know how this works, right? So this will be works. Suppose I am taking 2 inputs, right? One is x, another one is y, right? These are the 2 inputs. So for first we are performing here and then OR, right? So for these two I have to accept the x bar, right? X bar and y, right? So I am taking x and y as a input and I am performing AND operation, right? So for this I am taking x. So this is x means this is x bar. So this is y. So x bar y I am performing AND operation, and then we have to go for x and y bar. So if I am taking this, so I have to take, so this is a x, okay. So if I am taking x here, you will get x bar after complementing this. Before complementing I am taking here, okay. So this links represent here, okay. So this is x, okay. So this is y bar. So the result is x bar y and this is x y bar. Right? So after this what I have to do? Performing OR operation. So this gives the result of x or y. So this is how the XOR works. So how generally the XOR symbol is, the simple logical symbol is, so we are providing 2 inputs, right? So for that one arc we are providing for that x and y. So we know that this is a symbol to represent R, right? So without this curve, okay. So without this curve it is R, okay. So this, if we provide this curve, it is XOR. Okay, so the simplest logic symbol for XOR is this one, for a 2 input. Okay, so this is how actually it will works. Okay, so you have to know this one. Okay, so this is the logical symbol. Okay, so this is how exactly that XOR works. Okay, so how to write the truth table for XOR? So we know that, so if we are using two inputs X or Y, 0 0, see here we have two zeros. Is there any one? No. Means 0 ones, right? So 0 is even or odd? Even, right? So we have even number of ones. Means the output is 0, right? So here we have 1 here. So how many ones are there? Only 1. So 1 is an even or odd? It is odd. So the output is 1. Here also we have only 1, right? So that is odd. The output is 1. Here we have 2 ones. 2 is an even number. So the output is 0. Okay. So this is the truth table for XOR gate. So this how the XOR gate will work. So we can write a 3-input XOR gate. So how the 3-input XOR gate will? So just write a 3 inputs X, Y, Z. So this is how the 3-input XOR gate works. Means X or Y or Z. Okay, so this is how we are representing the 3-input XOR. So for the truth table also we can write a 3-input XOR. So how to write? So whenever we have a even number of ones, the output is 0. If odd number of ones is there, the output will be 1. So next one we have is exclusive XOR. That is X NOR gate. So exclusive NOR gate. So it will works as a complement of NOR gate. Okay, so it is a complement of NOR gate. So how this XOR gate works, complement of XNOR gate. So how it will works means, so if the input is even number of ones, okay, so if the input is even number of ones, the output is 1, means reverse of this XOR gate. So if the input is odd number of ones, the output is 0. Means it is a complement of this XOR gate. Okay. So how this XOR gate will be represented means, so we know that how to represent XOR, right? So these are the 2 inputs. And this is the symbol we are using, right, for XOR gate. I told that is a complement of XOR. So I said if you want to complement any gate, just write a bubble at the front. Okay. So this represents XNOR gate. Okay. So what is the operation used for XNOR gate is, this is a symbol used. So for XOR gate we are using plus and then circle it. So for XNOR gate we are using dot and then circle. Okay. So how to represent means X NOR Y. Okay. So X NOR Y. So how to write a truth table for this X NOR Y means, we know that if we have an even number of ones, the output will be 1, right? See, here we have an even number of ones, right? So if we have even number of ones, the output will be 1. Here we have odd number of ones, the output is 0. Here we have odd number of ones, the output will be 0. Here we have even number of ones, so the output will be 1. Just it is a complement of the XOR gate. Okay, so this is the truth table. And how to represent the 3 input XOR? So just increase the inputs Y and then Z. So this becomes like this. So this is how we are representing the XNOR gate. So in this class we studied derived class, right? So derived gates. So we have 4 derived gates. One is NOR, right? So NOR will be represented this is a symbol used for NOR. And then we studied NAND, right? So the NAND gate is, this is a NAND gate, just write a bubble. This is AND gate and then we convert it to NAND gate, right? So this is NOR gate. So next we studied XOR, right? So for this we are adding a one curve for the inputs. So this is a symbol for XOR gate and we have XNOR. So how to represent this? Just add a bubble for the XOR gate. So this is how we are representing the derived gates, right? So this is a symbol x plus y whole bar, x into y whole bar, and we have XOR x, XOR y, x, XNOR y, right? So this is how we are representing the derived gates. So in next class we will study with the help of these derived gates we can derive all the basic gates, right? So these two are NOR and AND gate, we call it as a universal gates. With the help of these two gates we can derive a basic gates or any Boolean functions. So that we will study in the next class.